FIA European Kart Racing Championships. Well, there's Hadrian David. He will lead the field round. We'll start this one on pole position. A class field here this weekend. The Junior European Championships. For the original kart junior class, 14,000 RPM top speed, no front brakes, no batteries, no starter motors, no clutches, none of that. It's pure spectacular racing. This will be a dynamite 19-lap final in just a few moments. This is the grid. David and Edgar on the front row. O'Neill Muth, Jenis Civico, Cas Havercourt, who took pole at the first round in Italy, out of 5 alongside Henrion, Morozov, Michelotto, winner of the last round of the series in Spain, the Swede Gustafsson, and the French driver Rachid Daguerres. Zane Maloney from Barbados in the Caribbean alongside Jumping Jack Doohan, Alexander Hajar, Brixton, Stanek, Elias Sepinen, Ellie Goldstein, Dexter Patterson, Harry Thompson, and Zach O'Sullivan, the 2 Ricky Flynn Motorsport drivers. On the 11th row of the grid, Little Luca Bosco, Leonardo Marceglia, Luca Giardelli, the boy from Brazil, Gabriel Bortoleto, Pizzotto, Rosso, that we spoke to just a few moments ago, starting way back on grid number 26. And look at grid 32. Christopher Lullum, he took 3 heat wins at the last round in Spain, only just scraped into the final here this afternoon. This will be an awesome race. The track is in far from ideal conditions. Grip level is at a minimum. It will be sideways sliding spectacular in the opening few laps. Who can keep it together? We're about to find out. Adrien David in 2.43, his teammate O'Neill Muth in 2.07, right behind the 2 Zanardi karts. The Englishman Edgar on the outside of the front row of the grid. We are green here in France this afternoon. It's a drag race into turn 1. Edgar tries the outside. He'll have to keep it there or he'll be hung out wide. He's back to, he's lost out. He's back to 3rd, 4th, 5th even. The leader is Hadrien David. The Frenchman leads here in France. Well, he put his cards on the table in the first corner and he lost out badly. Edgar is back in position number 6. A great start by Jenis Civico. The Spaniard is in P3. The Zanardi karts run 1 and 2 on the opening lap here in France. Julien Henrion, the baby race machine. He's in 4th. There's Edgar back in 6th spot. He tried it. He certainly did. Give him credit for that, but it did not pay off. He's now got a big job here this afternoon if he wants to win 4th event of the European Championships for 2017. There's Edgar for Forza Racing. Comes across the line in P6. The Zanardi kart still run 1 and 2. David, Muth, Henrion, Civico, Havercourt. The Dutchman in P5 in the CRG. On the tail of this freight train that leads the 34 karts here. They've all made it through the opening lap unscathed. Michelotto, who won the last round of the series from grid number 16, remember, also driving a Zanardi kart. He's now into 7th. Jenis Civico just being passed there a few moments ago by Julien Henrion. The French driver, they want to win here on their home bitumen. Here at Le Mans, the baby race team driver in 3rd, all over the back of O'Neill Muth. Up the inside, they go side by side. He has to back out of it. The German will not tolerate any of that, and he loses out. Jenis Civico retakes position number 3. Cas Havercourt tries to take the Frenchman down into turn number 1. Cannot quite do it this time. Henrion was looking at 2nd place. He's now back in 4th. Jenis Civico in the Fernando Alonso kart. He's in 3rd. The race leader, Adrien David. The French drivers running 1 and 4. There goes Matteo Michelotto in the 3rd of the Zanardi karts, trying to make inroads on the leaders. He sits in behind Johnny Edgar. Civico into the velodrome hairpin. Oh, a big move up the inside by Cas Havercourt. Goes through. They did not touch. The other drivers gave him room, but they've all lost time. Havercourt amazingly has hold on to 4th. He tries and puts Henrion in the grass, covers his line. The Dutchman still holds on to 4th places. 1, 2 and 3 skip away after 3 laps. The Zanardi karts dominating here in France. Janice Civico in the Fernando Alonso kart tries to take the battle up first of all to the German, O'Neill Muth, and then the Frenchman, Hadrien David. Muth has to go defensive. That will cost him on the exit. Janice Civico up the inside. Brilliant move by the Spaniard. Goes through into position number 2. Oh, O'Neill Muth went defensive and it cost him. Janice Civico lined him up and said, here I comes. The Fernando Alonso kart now runs in position 2. Henrion goes wheel to wheel with Cass Havercourt. They're losing touch with the leaders in pretty spectacular fashion. We have to wait. First off, the Tony karts coming into view now. Victor Gustafsson, the Swede, makes the move. He gets past Matthew Michelotto. Johnny Edgar also involved in that battle. Remember, the Englishman, Edgar, he's actually just got ahead of it, excuse me. He's up into 4th spot. Edgar did start on the outside of the front row of the grid. Michelotto retakes that position back from Gustafsson. Zane Maloney also. Then here comes Jumping Jack. Doohan is now into position number 8, head of Roman Stanek and another French driver, Alexander Hadjar, rounding out the 10. They go through the chicane. Michelotto, Gustafsson, Maloney, Doohan, Stanek, Hadjar. The rest of the field streamed through the chicane. That was Lallam going through. Coluccio. Let's see where the young Italian is from the back of the grid. He's in 25th spot. He's just behind Lallam. 2 drivers that dominated in Spain. Way out of contention at the moment. Just ahead of the Brazilian Bortoleto. 2:07 is O'Neill Muth. His teammate 2:43. Hadrien David leads. Look at the freight train here in France. Doohan, Maloney, Stanek, Gustafsson, Michelotto has been shuffled back to 9th. Harry Thompson, the driver from England, leading the championship, remember. He's in 11th, but he did start on grid number 19. Edgar for Forza Racing, winner of the first round of the championship in Italy. Team manager Jamie Croxford watching on from the pit wall. His boy is going really, really quickly. He closes in on the back of the first of the Zanardi karts. As Janice Civico goes down the inside, the Spaniard takes the lead. The Zanardi karts that were leading are now running 2nd and 3rd, but the problem is Johnny, the Englishman, Edgar's running in 4th. They retake the lead. Side by side they go. Hadrien David, he was in 2nd spot, but for no more than about 200 metres. O'Neill Muth saw that. Edgar watches on. He doesn't need to do anything. 5th place, Doohan is a long, long way back. 4 seconds further back, in fact. He can just watch, concentrate on making a decisive move to climb up onto the podium. We've already completed 6 laps. Quarter race distance here at Le Mans in France. Up the back straight they go. An adjustment on the Perilla engine for the race leader. Again, Janice Civico tries the same move and pulls it off. Well, can David respond? We're about to find out. He covered his line on the exit. Watch Edgar in 4th spot, mind you. O'Neill Muth. This is sensational stuff here at Le Mans, the 4th round of the European Championships for 2017. Edgar in P4. Right behind the German Muth. Muth up the inside of his teammate, and Edgar will not need to be asked twice. The Englishman is now up on the podium. The 3rd generation racer, but he's just been repassed by O'Neill Muth. The German doesn't want to lose touch with the leaders. Yes, the 3rd generation racer, Edgar. His father, Jason, a top competitor in British Super 1 competition back in the day. In the 90s, racing Formula A and ICA, or Formula 100B, I believe it was called in the UK back then. This time they rechange positions again. Janice Civico, he loves that corner. This time he's in the slipstream. This is the end of lap number 8. O'Neill Muth is the race leader. The pole sitter David in the 2nd Zanardi kart is back in 3rd. Still trying to fend off from Johnny Edgar. Roman Stanek is up into 5th spot. He's got past Gustafsson, Thompson, Maloney, Doohan, Hadjar, the Frenchman. still rounds out the 10. Ellie Goldstein, the grandson of the legendary 5-time world champion Francois Goldstein, runs in position number 11 for VDK Racing. There's Janice Chivico on the podium at his home event in Spain. Just over the border, albeit a good 1,000 kilometres away. Wants to win here this afternoon. Edgar up the inside. David gave him room, and the pole sitter is now off the podium. The Forza Racing driver, second in the championship on 36 points coming into this round. Now is in third spot. Remember, he won the opening round of the championship in Italy. He crossed the line first in Spain, but was awarded a 10-second penalty for a displaced nose cone. Super quick throughout all of 2017, regardless of the circuit. The Forza Racing TM-powered Esprit looks superb and goes really quick as well, as does the Alonso kart of Janice Chivico. The inside left rear skips off the bitumen nicely. They go down the back straight with past half race distance right there. O'Neill Muth. So there's Hadrian David from pole position. Not on the podium and actually starting to lose touch a little bit with the leaders. But as soon as they start fighting, he'll reel that back in, have no doubt. Up through the chicane they go. So let's recap the order for you. O'Neill Muth, the German, leads from the spanner. Janice Chivico into the velodrome hairpin. Edgar is in P3. Then it's the pole setter David. How about Roman Stanek from grid number 15? He now runs 5 in the Cosmic Kart, having broken away slightly from that gap behind him, that battle behind him to make a gap. 6th is Thompson, mind you, from grid number 19. Then it's Zane Maloney. Gustafsson is 8th. Doohan is 9, and still Alexander Hadjar rounds out the 10. That field come onto the straight, that battle. There's the Ricky Flynn Motorsport team karts. Thompson, Maloney and Doohan running 6, 7 and 8. Chivico now back in third. He's briefly led this race a couple of times. Edgar up into second spot with that move just a few corners ago. Nicely done by Johnny Edgar. 8 laps here to go at Le Mans. The 4th event of the 2017 European CIK FIA Championships. The championship leader is Thompson. He's in P6. Edgar second in the series, second on the road, looking to go into P1. How about Hadrian David sliding it under brakes as Edgar slides into the lead? The Forza Racing team driver, he has led every round of the European Championships. He's immediately repassed though by the Zanardi kart. Janice Chivico follows him through. He's gone from 1st to 4th in less than 50 metres. There's Roman Stanek, the Czech driver in the Cosmic kart. Let's check the gap. He's 2.5 seconds back, which is a fair distance, but as these 4 continue to fight, he will reel them in no time. With moves like that, the Zanardi karts, they've gone back to running 1 and 2. Edgar back into third spot. Janice Chivico, remember, he just briefly led. He's now back in 4th. Roman Stanek is going to get big in the figurative rear view mirrors. There he is, comes onto the straight. He can smell a podium here this afternoon. The Cosmic Kart team driver, let's check his lap times. 54.4 last time round. He's actually lapping a 10th or 2 quicker than the leaders because they are dicing amongst themselves. Edgar lines up David. O'Neill Muth. The Zanardi karts, they've gone back to running 1 and 2. Edgar in third spot. Janice Chivico. A problem for Thompson further back in the field off screen. Thompson and also Maloney, also Gustafsson. They've come to grief at the end of the back straight. Thompson, the championship leader, is out of this one, as is his teammate from Barbados in the Caribbean, Zane Maloney. There's the yellow flag right there. And there's the damage. Oh, there's the championship leader. There's karts strewn over the back part of the circuit. Gustafsson, Maloney and Thompson, along with Rachid de Guerres, the French driver, all involved in that. They joined Dexter Patterson and Gillian Henrion on the sidelines. I may attempt to restart. In fact, the race has been neutralised. The race has been neutralised with the Zanardi karts running 1 and 2. You can see the yellow flags at the back part of the circuit. So off camera, off screen, that accident was bigger than we first envisaged. So the laps will count. The race has been neutralised. And that huge advantage, some 5 seconds that the 4 leaders managed to build up over the rest of the field, notwithstanding the challenge of Stanek, has evaporated. Stanek, he was reeling them in anyway. Now he's right on the tail of 4th place, Jenis Civico. So this is the end of lap number 15. Officially, there are 4 laps remaining. The order is O'Neill Muth from Germany in the Zanardi kart. His French teammate, Adrien David, is 2nd. Edgar is 3rd. Civico 4th. Stanek is 5th. Doohan is 6th. Hajar's now up into 7th. Goldstein's in 8th. Ilya Morozov 9th. And after a disastrous weekend, well, Christopher Lullum has come from grid number 32 to be in 10th. Looking to salvage some points out of this weekend is the Piers Sexton Racing Team pilot from London. He runs in 10th spot. The yellow flag is still out. Just outside the top 10 is Michelotto, who won the last round of the series in Spain. And another Zanardi kart in Marsella. Then Rosso, who's come from grid 26. There is the Italian. He's in 13th, ahead of Boya. Bosco's P15, one ahead of Coluccio, who's also come from the back of the grid. Elias Sepinen, Bortoletto's 18th, Charles Martinez, and the Russian Alexei Brixan, also with Team Baby Race, rounds out the 20. So the race has been neutralised. Obviously, there is no passing. The order must remain, but the field can bunch up. Leandro Andaruti goes through in the 284 Birrell Art. We're awaiting confirmation from the race directors of when and if we may well restart, which may be this time. They come onto the straight. We're still yellow, no restart as yet. We may get a 1-lap sprint, or we may indeed finish under yellow, NASCAR style. Well, old school NASCAR style. They never finish under yellow anymore, officially. I think Dino Chiesa would be quite happy if they did, because his boys are running 1 and 2 at the moment, as well as 11th and 12th with Michelotto and Marsella. So officially a lap and a half remain. O'Neill Muth leads them up the back straight. Reminiscent of what happened in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix just a week ago. A lot of talk about that. He is the race leader. They come onto the straight. And we are green for one final lap sprint to the flag. The Zanardi karts go 1 and 2. Edgar is in 3rd spot on the podium. Can he take a win? First he needs to get past Hadrian David, who blocks the line. That will allow the German O'Neill Muth to pull away. They're already into the triple right-hander before going into the chicane. The Zanardi kart still 1 and 2. Watch Johnny Edgar, and behind him, Jenis Civico. He loves the final corner coming onto the straight. Edgar up the inside into the velodrome hairpin. Stanek loses out a spot. Doohan now goes into P5. The driver from the Czech Republic back in 6th. This is the final lap of the junior final here at Le Mans. Surely a Zanardi kart will take victory. Edgar, will he make a move down the inside? David closes the door. The driver from just over the border in Germany, O'Neill Muth, will come across the line to win at Le Mans in France. Adrien David, the pole sitter, makes it a Zanardi kart 1 and 2. Edgar, his championship is looking good because again he has finished on the podium. Chivico was 4th, Doohan was 5th. We had a one-lap sprint to the final. O'Neill Muth and Hadrian David, the Zanardi karts, finished 1st, 2nd, and Marcellia actually got past the racing Russian Morozov to scrape into 10th place to make it 3 Zanardi karts in the top 10. The teammates 1 and 2 here at Le Mans. A sensational final under very threatening clouds. Adrien David leading off pole. This is when Johnny Edgar tried to go around the outside, tried to take the lead. Instead, he was back in 5th spot. The Zanardi karts were never out of the top 2 or 3. Jenis Chivico, this was a nice move into 2nd. And from there, he actually briefly did take the lead before it was retaken by David and O'Neill Muth. Intelligent drive by Edgar as well. It could have ended in tears for any one of these drivers. But they all raced well, they all raced cleanly. The action was further back off screen, involving Thompson, the championship leader, at least he was. Maloney and Gustafsson. Edgar did have a brief turn up the front. And going into the final lap, the Zanardi karts held on to take a sensational 1-2 at the most famous racetrack on the planet, here in Le Mans. O'Neill Muth, the German, has won from the French driver here in France, Adrien David, and the Englishman, Johnny Edgar, takes the final step of the podium. Chivico was 4th, good drive by Jack, he was 5th. Roman comes home P6, Alexander, he was 7th. How about Ellie Goldstein? P8, Chris Lullum, the Londoner, P9, and Leonardo Marcellia, 10th. Lullum came from so far back on the grid number 32 in fact, to sneak inside the top 10. A brilliant drive. Morozov, Michelotto, Andrea Rosso, Mr. Red, P13, Boya, Bosco, Coluccio, Bortoletto, Seppanen, Martinez, and the Russian, Brixan, Andoruti, Kickenberg, Polaron, Karitnov. The final finishers, the 2 Italians, Giardelli and Leonardo Bizzotto. Oh, and Cashavercourt, but the incident involving the 2 RFM team drivers, Thompson and Maloney, along with Victor Gustafsson, De Guedes, Patterson, and the French driver, Julien Henrion, who was in 4th earlier in the race, all failing to finish. We will hear the German national anthem ring out on top of that podium to the left of your screen in just a few moments. And following that, our final of the day for the 125cc original kart direct drive class here at Le Mans. The 4th round of the CIK FIA European Championships, the junior podium presentation in just a few moments. So the drivers are making their way up onto the podium. What a sensational junior final here at Le Mans. How about the Zanardi Kart team running 1 and 2 and 10th? Of course, also with Marcellia, valuable points for the championship. 3 pretty exhausted young drivers. Fortunately, it is a cool day here in France. This afternoon, the drivers just a few moments away from being up onto the podium. Of course, from here, we go to the 5th round of the championship at the Mikasalo circuit, Alaharma in northern Finland. And we conclude a week after that, the last weekend of July, Kristianstad in Sweden. The final round of the 6th event of the European Championships for 2017. A few drops of rain, believe it or not, starting to fall here at Le Mans. Hopefully it does hold off for our final in a few moments after this one. Okay. Just about ready to get underway with our podium presentation for the OK Junior category here at Le Mans. 3 races and 3 podiums in 3rd place today for Forza Racing. Let's hear it for Johnny, the Englishman, Edgar. Making it as a Zanardi Kart 1 and 2, the Frenchman here in France. 2nd place, Adrien David. A sensational drive. The German has won here in Le Mans. The winner, O'Neill Morth. And representing the winning team, Chiesa Corse, Michela Rossin. As we stand by for the national anthem of Germany. The junior podium here at Le Mans, the 4th event of the European Championship. Would like to call on Monsieur Guy Rivière, President of Ligue Bretagne Part de Loire, to present the 3rd place trophy to Johnny Edgar. Monsieur François Baudin, President of ASK Automobile Club Ouest and member of the Director Committee of the ACO, to present the 2nd place trophy to Adrien David. And the Vice President of the CIK FIA to present, Mr. Kees van der Grent, to present the winning trophy to O'Neill Morth. Mr. van der Green also to present the winning trophy, the team's trophy, to Michela Rossin, representing Chiesa Corse. As the girls step in to present the flowers to Johnny, Hadrian and O'Neill. And we stand by for the champagne! The girls also to make the special presentation of the Avion Milano timepieces and the Panther fuel vouchers. To third place, Johnny, second place, Hadrian, and the winner, O'Neill. And a quick word with each of our drivers here this afternoon. Again, up on the podium. Congratulations, Johnny. Your series, your championship is looking really good.
Yeah, it was very good. And for most of the race, I knew the four of us had a big gap, so I just sat in fourth, and then I tried to get through. It took a couple of laps to get to a lead, and then I couldn't quite defend, and then slow flag came out, and then I just couldn't get past on the last lap. I'd just like to thank Forza Racing, my mechanic, GFR Engines, my family, and everyone else that's helped.
Congratulations, Johnny. See you on the podium next time, most likely. A great drive this afternoon. Adrian David, pole position here this afternoon. A great drive. Second place here at Le Mans.
Yeah, a big thanks to Zanardi team for the great job. And it was difficult in the last lap with slow. But thank you, Zanardi.
Congratulations, Adrien, and the winner, O'Neill Moth. What a drive, what a performance. Tell us about that one-lap sprint to the finish.
The one-lap sprint, I closed the door because, yeah, I want to win the last lap. And thank you to Straka Racing, to André Lotter to make all these things possible, and to my family to support me. And Zanardi, thank you.
Congratulations, our podium, Johnny, Hadrien, and the winner, O'Neill Moth. One final still remains here at Le Mans this afternoon. The OK World Championship class live on CIKFIA.tv in just a moment.